Greetings of the day. My name is Dr. Prem Sundar from School of Management, and I am part of Analytics Division, and I'm handling analytics-oriented subjects and also supply chain management and productions and operations management. So I would like to discuss key performance indicators with respect to supply chain management for today. So let's imagine that you would like to purchase one bag of chips packet from a department store. So what do? You go to a department store, you search for where that packet of chips is kept in the shelf, you pick it up, and then you purchase it. It is a simple task for you. But behind that, there are so many metrics have been measured and so many metrics have been monitored to determine at precisely at what time and what quantity those bag of chips should be available at the shelf from which you have picked that bag of chips packet. So let's discuss one by one about those metrics. So first, we will deal about inventory oriented metrics. The first one is fill rate. This is one simple key performance indicators. Fill rate is simple. So how many times you are ordering to one business or to one manufacturer, and how many times your order have been completely fulfilled by the immediately available stocks. So that is the fill rate. For example, you are ordering for 100 units of products to one manufacturer where he is able to fulfill only 95 units. So we are making 100 units of orders, but only 95 units of that particular order have been fulfilled. Or in other case, you are making 100 orders have been received from by a manufacturer, but where he has fulfilled only 95 orders out of those 100 orders. That means his fill rate is 95%. It is simply how many orders have been fulfilled divided by total orders received. So simple metrics. And the another metrics is stock out rate. Stock out rate is the flip side of your fill rate. Stock out rate is how many times a customer is facing an out of stock situation. For example, here in this case, 95% of the order has been fulfilled. What about the rest of the 5% orders? Rest of the 5 orders. So those customers have faced that out of stock options. So that is just stock out rate. That is how many orders has not been fulfilled divided by total orders received. So that is stock out rate. So how this is significant to your business? Imagine that you are a customer and you went to a department store to purchase one particular product. For example, one soap, particularly one brand soap, um, maybe a hammam soap. See, so you have arrived at the department store. You are searching for the soap. You are finding it's nowhere there, and while inquiring, you have been informed that it has been gone out of stock. So what do you do? Either you would go to a different department store if you are that desperate to use hammam soap. Otherwise, you move to a different brand, maybe some other brand's soap, bathing soap. So in first case, when a customer is moving to to a different department store, then it is a loss of revenue for the department store owner, that is the retailer. In case of when the customer have decided to buy a different brand soap, then it is a loss of revenue for the manufacturer, for the company which is manufacturing hammam brand soap. So either way, it is a loss of revenue to one party. So, so that is the implication of fill rate and stock out rate. As a company, you would want all of your products to get sold, and also you have to look out for a way that none of your products should go out of stock in a shelf. So whenever a customer wants to purchase your product, it should be available. Okay, the next one pertaining to inventory metrics is inventory turns. For example, if you have 100 units of products in your inventory in your storage capacity, how many times you are able to completely sell those stocks from your storage and you are restocking it? That is inventory turns. For example, my storage capacity is 100. Okay, and I have sold nearly yeah 10,000 units in a year. That means I have sold not 10, 100 times of my storage capacity. That is, my inventory turns is 100 in this case. If I have sold only 1,000, then my inventory turn is 10. So these are all inventory oriented key performance indicators. And then there are metrics which deals with time oriented. Uh, for example, how quickly your order is getting fulfilled. So there are two metrics just pertaining to time involved in supply chain. First one is lead time. Lead time is, it is also kind of like, how quickly your order is getting satisfied. Uh, Not only pertaining to the delivery time, but also what are all the process involved in the entire supply chain. For example, a manufacturer lead time could be the start, the time which a process have been initiated to the time where the process have been completed. So at what time I'm starting to manufacture one product, at what time that product is completely out of my assembly line. So that is the lead time. Also, it could be what is the time that a particular order has been received by any entity, and what is the time that particular order has been fulfilled, that is, has been delivered to whoever has ordered. Whereas your order cycle time, it is strictly customer point of view. Like one customer has, as a customer, at what time I have placed an order and what time that particular product has been in my hand. Like, for example, if you're making a purchase through e-commerce, at what time you have clicked that order now button and what time that particular order has reached your doorstep. That is the order cycle time. So these are all time oriented key performance metrics. And coming to sorry, forgot to actually there is one more thing, that is C to C time, that is cost to cost cycle time. Actually, this is involves how much time that cash flow, how much time it takes for the cash flow happens in the particular supply chain. For example, as a manufacturer, the time where I have paid my suppliers for the raw material which I have procured from them to the time which I have received the payment from my customer for selling my product. The time difference, that is the C to C cycle time. Okay. So that is with time oriented key performance indicators in supply chain. And now going to finance oriented, that is cost of goods sold. This is nothing but the direct cost that has incurred for the inventory, for my entire inventory to be manufactured and that has been sold. The direct cost involves the raw material cost, cost of raw materials, and two, the labor cost, and three, my manufacturing overheads. So what are all the direct cost involved in manufacturing the particular inventory? So that is cost of goods sold. That is, if I am selling one product to a customer, how much of cost incurred to manufacture that product has been included in the cost or in the payment that I have received from the customer. So rest of the money, that is profit. Okay. And yeah, now coming to your delivery quality metrics. Two things. One is OTIF. Second one is perfect order rate. OTIF is nothing but the expansion is simple. On time and in full. OTIF. So I am placing an order and the manufacturer or supplier is saying, okay, you will receive this order particularly in this date, on or before this date. So if that order has been at my doorstep as in the time that they have promised, like on or before that particular date, then the order has received in my doorstep on time. So 1 if it has been received on time, or 0 if it has been delayed. And in full, for example, if I have made an order for 100 units but only 80 units has been delivered, that means only partial of my order has been fulfilled, not completely. So if 100 units I have placed on order and 100 units I have received, then I have received those orders in full. So 1 in case if I have received in full, 0 if I have not received in full. So if I have received orders in full and also in the time which has been promised, then my OTF score is 1. If either one of these factors has not been fulfilled, maybe my order has been fulfilled partially, but it has been delivered no, as per the promised date. Like 80% of my order has been fulfilled on time. So on time, yes, 1, but in case of in full, it is only 0. In case all of the units that has been ordered has been delivered to me, but it was delivered with 2 days delays. In that case, in full is 1, but there was no 2 days delay, so on time is 0. So in both case, OTF score is 0. Your perfect order rate is ultimate metrics in case of measuring your delivery quality. It comprises 4 factors. The 2 factors which we have discussed before: on time, in full. The third one is damage free, without any damage. And fourth matrix is all the documentations pertaining to that order is perfect. Your invoice or any other tax oriented documents, any other documents pertaining to that order is in perfect. So if it is on time, if it is in full, and if there is no any damage, and if the documentation is also perfect, if all those factors has been fulfilled, then my perfect order rate is 1 for that particular order. The perfect order rate is kind of like how many orders have satisfied these 4 factors out of total orders I have placed or the particular supplier have received. That is perfect order rate. Now, so these are all the key performance indicators that has been traditionally measured and monitored. Nowadays there is one more metric that has been measured that for sustainability, that is your carbon footprint. For example, I could be a manufacturer in India, but my raw material I could procure from overseas, for it has to be transported through ship or through trains or through trucks. So in that case, it wherever transportation is involved, some amount of carbon will be emitted. So what is the total carbon emission that happens right from my raw material procurement till my finished product arrives at my customer's doorstep? So that is your entire carbon footprint in your entire supply chain. That is also being measured, and the goal is to make it as minimum as possible. So that concludes with the key performance indicators in supply chain. And I hope you learned a few crucial things when it comes to measuring your how healthy your supply chain is. So thank you.